9 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers I look to trade and sell this week. The first guy, Joe Musgrove of the San Diego Padres. So what an amazing season it's been for Musgrove, no doubt about it. 66 innings, 6-0 record, 47 hits, 12 earned runs, 14 walks, 64 strikeouts. Already 10 quality starts, 1.64 ERA and an 0.92 whip. So obviously that ERA and whip is just amazing here for Musgrove. But I don't see it keeping up. And I know he's on a pretty good San Diego Padre team. That's one of the better teams in the National League this season here. But some of these outings have been versus weaker teams, and some of these outings, I just can't see him keeping this up as Musgrove. We saw him get off to a real hot start last season, and then he faltered off a little and picked it back up where he was inconsistent. So the last few games here for Musgrove, May 21st at San Francisco, 7 innings, got the win, 4 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 4K, quality start. May 28th versus Pittsburgh, 6 innings, no decision, 6 hits, a run, 2 walks, 7 Ks, a quality start. And June 3rd at Milwaukee, he had a great ball game. 8 innings, got the win. 1 hit only, no runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks, and a quality start. So right here, his value is sky high. He's the best ranked pitcher in fantasy baseball is Musgrove. And with this amazing start, I think you could get a decent starting pitcher and a great hitter. I'm not saying to go out there and just dump Musgrove off anybody, but right now, while he's the best pitcher in fantasy baseball, I would try to trade him and get a good package or get a great hitter and a 1-for-1 deal for him, because there's no way in that tough division and a decent National League that he's going to have an ERA under 2 and go out there pretty much each and every ball game and have a quality start as Musgrove. So right now, while he's skyrocketed up there in the rankings and it's at an all-time high, I definitely would trade him this week here, and I think you get a lot in return for Musgrove. The next guy I look to sell high and trade this week here is Tyler Anderson of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So he was on this list, is Anderson, and once again, he's going to be on it again here. This season, 55 2/3, 7-0 record, 47 hits, 16 runs, 6 walks, 53 Ks, 4 quality starts only, but a 2.59 ERA and an 0.95 whip. So Anderson last season, he showed great flashes between obviously the Pirates and the Seattle Mariners, but another guy here that's pitching over his head. I know he's got a great offense in the Dodgers that back him, where he's going to get a lot of victories, or he's not going to need to pitch amazing ball games to still win ball games. So his wins are definitely going to be legit, but he still only has 4 quality starts on the season, and he's a guy that just don't go deep into games really here. He's a 6-inning pitcher at best. May 23rd at a weak national team, though. 8 innings, got the win. 5 hits, no runs, 8 Ks, a quality start. May 29th at Arizona, 6 innings, got the win. 5 hits, no runs, a walk, 6 Ks, a quality start. And June 3rd versus the Mets, 6 innings, got the win. 3 hits, no runs, 5 Ks, a quality start. So his only tough start in the last 3 out of 4 outings was that ball game June 3rd versus the New York Mets. And hey, Anderson, he went out there and pitched great, but I just don't see the ERA sticking under 3. And like I mentioned, to start with, only 4 quality starts on the season. So the only thing that's going to be real legit for him are the wins. But I definitely could see him finish the season with a 3.7 plus ERA on the year, which is still pretty decent. But right now, while he's pitching great baseball, and he's been up there in the rankings, here's Anderson over the last few weeks, I definitely would sell him high, and I think you could get a good bat for him in a deal this week here. And this is what it's all about. Guys who are playing over their head, who you don't think is going to finish the season at the same pace. And you sell them high and get a good deal. And that's exactly what I think happens with Anderson. The next guy, Carlos Carrasco of the New York Mets. So Carrasco, he's had a pretty decent season this year here with the Mets. Last season, he was hurt most of the season and missed 3-4 months. But this year, he's made all his starts, 64 innings, 7-1 record, 61 hits, 25 earned runs, 13 walks, 61 Ks, but only 4 quality starts for him as well. A 3.52 ERA and a 1.16 whip. So Carrasco, he's more of a 5-6 inning pitcher at best for this Met team. And this Met team right now, the best team in the National League. But I don't know if that's going to hold up as well here, because this team is playing over their head. And Carrasco, I know he's gone out there the last 4 outings and won. But the thing is, he's only gone 6 innings or more once in these last few outings. So May 27th versus Philly, 5 2/3, got the win. 6 hits, 5 runs, a walk, 7 Ks. June 1st versus Washington, 5 innings, got the win. 4 hits, no runs, 5 walks, 5 Ks. And then June 6th at San Diego, great outing versus a very tough team. 7 innings, got the win. 5 hits, 2 runs, 10 strikeouts, which is a season high, and a quality start. So Carrasco, he's only got one quality start since May 15th, and obviously that's not good. And the Mets, they've had a pretty easy schedule before going on this West Coast trip, and you can see it here. His last few starts: May 15th, Seattle; May 21st, Colorado; May 27th, Philly, who's done nothing until the last couple games here since they fired Girardi; and June 1st versus Washington. So now he had the legit outing versus a very tough team at San Diego, and you got to give him props. And off that outing alone here, I think with the good numbers, you could sell him high and get a good bat or a good pitcher in a deal here. And he's got another good outing June 11th at the Los Angeles Angels, who have lost 13 in a row, so the Mets should take care of business in that series here as well. But after that, we'll see what happens with Carlos Carrasco, because he's a hit-or-miss type of pitcher. He'll have a monster game, and then he'll get bombed, or he'll just not go deep into games. But after coming off a great outing versus San Diego and a good outing at the Angels coming up, he's a definitely prime-time sell-high kind of thing. Next guy is the Tampa Bay Rays. He was on the list last week, and once again, I'm putting him on it because this guy, he's pitching amazing baseball, especially in a very tough American League East with the Yankees, Toronto Blue Jays, and the Boston Red Sox on the season. 64 in the third, 6-2 record, 47 hits, 15 runs, 12 walks, 89 strikeouts, which is amazing already. 7 quality starts, a 2.10 ERA, and an 0.92 whip. So this guy, he's missing a lot of bats here, Shane McClanahan, for this Tampa Bay Ray team. And this Ray team, they always compete. They always find guys like McClanahan diamonds in the rough, even though McClanahan, he's been around now the last few seasons here for Tampa Bay. May 24th versus Miami, 6 innings, got the win. 4 hits, 2 walks, 9 Ks, a quality start. May 29th versus that tough Yankee team, 6 innings, got the win. 7 hits, a run, 7 Ks, quality start. And June 3rd versus the White Sox, 6 innings, got the win. 6 hits, 2 runs, 8 Ks in that one, and a quality start. So this guy, he's going out there, and he's been legit, no doubt about it. But like I said, with the tough division and a lot of innings, he's already got under his belt, where in his career, he really hasn't topped off in double-digits innings. Last season being the top year, 123 in a third. So right here, we'll see how it goes as the season goes on. But this guy's been a strikeout machine so far for the Rays. He's got a good lefty arm here, which is hard to find nowadays. Not that many dominant lefties in the league. And he's pitching good. But right now, well, he's ranked number 2 for pitches this season. Here's McClanahan. It's a perfect time to sell him. And just like Musgrove, I think you could get a good pitcher and a pretty good bat for him in a deal. Because I would level up my asking price for McClanahan and see if someone's going to fish and buy into it. So right here, I would sell him high and see what I get, but obviously not dump him just for anything. And the 5th and final pitcher I look to sell in trades, Kyle Wright of the Atlanta Braves. So Kyle Wright, he's been on this list early in the season, and then he came back down to earth a little bit. But over the last few weeks here, he's pitching great baseball once again on the season. 6-3 record, 67 2/3 pitched, 46 hits, 18 earned runs, 23 walks, 73 strikeouts, 8 quality starts, 2.39 ERA, and a 1.02 whip. So right here, he's in the NL East right now, where the Mets are leading the division 8 games up. But this Brave team, they've been playing great baseball, winning 6 in a row here. And this Brave team, this is what they've been doing. Last season, they got hot in June, July, and this is what they're doing now. They've already gained 3 games on the Mets in the last 6 days here. So Kyle Wright's been a good part of that, and he's pitching good baseball. But the only thing with him, the last few outings, he's versus weaker hitting teams. May 26th versus Philly, who was in a total tailspin until they fired Girardi. 6 2/3, got the loss. 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks, a quality start. June 1st at Arizona, 6 innings, got the win. 3 hits, no runs, 5 walks, 5 Ks, a quality start. And then yesterday, June 7th versus a weak Oakland Athletic team. 8 innings, got the win. 5 hits, 2 runs, 7 Ks, a quality start. So right here, the Braves, they had some easy matchups coming up. And hey, they're taking advantage of it. Kyle Wright's pitching good. But right now, I would sell him high, because once they get into that tougher part of the schedule again, we saw it earlier with Wright, where he was struggling for a few ball games, where he didn't do much for fantasy owners. I know the ERA is good and stuff, but right now it's an easy part of the schedule, and fantasy owners should take advantage of it as well and sell him high before, he versus the tougher teams like the Mets, Phillies, when the bats are going right now, and a couple tougher teams in the West Coast like the Dodgers and Padres. So that's a few pitchers I look to sell and trade here for Week 9 of the fantasy baseball season.